Thank you. Petros Kokalis for the left.
Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, Commissioner, for your presentation, and thank you for the work you've done in Greece this summer. We heard earlier today in this room by the IPCC that it is scientifically certain to expect more frequent and more severe weather events of the kind we used to call extreme. More heat for more time, more droughts and more fires in the south of Europe, more rain and more floods in the north of Europe. We all experienced a summer of social, economic and environmental devastation, even in countries with state-of-the-art public infrastructure and civil protection capabilities. It's obvious to all that just as in the pandemic, no one is safe until we are all safe, including the effects from global warming. In my country, 150,000 acres were burned despite doing what our Prime Minister described as everything that is humanly possible. Are we then helpless in this catastrophe of our own making? As the IPCC made clear earlier in this report, these disasters are not natural. They are not acts of God. They are acts, or rather the inaction of government to heed to science and act to adapt and mitigate. The climate is no longer force majeure. It's for insufficient of us politicians and our governments to perform our basic duty to protect the lives, the health and the properties of our citizens. We have decided that the energy transition must guarantee climate justice so that no one is left behind. And we have created a just transition mechanism. The same must apply to people whose lives are destroyed by man-made climate change event. In my country, we have our first climate refugees, or should we call them migrants? What does just transition mean to them? We're living in a climate emergency and we need policies and resources to strengthen the resilience of our societies. Until we do that, we need to be prepared for the rapid restoration of nature and infrastructure after a climate disaster and the social rehabilitation of the citizens affected. So I have two questions. Will you consider the creation of a social climate just adaptation fund to streamline the various financial tools such as the cohesion and solidarity funds to make sure that climate disaster victims are not left behind? There is no such tool in our new adaptation strategy, and this is not about the volume of fund, it's about the structure. And second, do you believe that the Union needs a permanent standing Union climate disaster rapid response civic protection force along the line of Frontex to face the new normal? And of course, this is also a question about interoperability and deployability. Thank you.